Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome to my new video. Today I'm gonna bring you and show you my build I came up with my Barbarian. I noticed so many barbs, every single barb is running the same build, so I always try to make and come up with something different. So this is my charge build with Upheaval and Double Swing. I tried to make a build that does well both in Worlds or Nightmare Dungeons and then also bosses. So I'm gonna first show you this run of tier 84. I couldn't go higher, I did not have keys. But I mean, this is nothing but a peanut, right? And you will see, like, even elites here, just one shot. There is one aspect for charge I use on 2-ender only for Vault, Nightmare Dungeons, and then swap it for a different one for bosses. It's just night and day difference. It's the one that makes enemies explode if they die within 2 seconds after hitting them with a charge or kick. And yeah, I'm pretty happy so far. I'm just trying to find a way to make more damage in single target. I will show you later on. I don't have any special unique, no uber unique, no Shaco, not even any uber stone for my pet, but also pet. Once you get it leveled up, it can actually, we thought it's gonna be weak. It will be weak, or it is weak at first, but later on, with high enough levels for those runes and whatnot, it is pretty damn strong. I'm talking about both mass, like big AoE packs, and also single target. So I'm gonna show you the two versions I use, depending what the content I run. But yeah, so for double swing, the purpose of double swing here is to make enemies vulnerable and also to weapon swap a lot. So I use 3 skills with 3 different weapons. Actually, Upheaval, I'm trying to do it with mace, a mace build, both for charge and Upheaval. Go with Vallop. I did roll pretty insane amulet with 3 Vallop. And the damage increase, it really is nuts and crazy. I'm not sure if I had it in this footage, because it's my newest edition. But yeah, for this vault, I always go with 40 stacks. Really happy with the quality of life patch they brought. It changes the whole thing. I've been having a big blast. I've been having more blast than in Season 2, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, the new aspect for Upheaval is also pretty strong. That's why I went with that. I've been in love with Double Swing and Upheaval as well since the start of this game. Upheaval was my first build ever in closed beta. Then I went on the Double Swing. Some of you OGs here might remember those videos. And yeah, I also did charge in Season 1 before all these crazy buffs. It was working. You were able to clear tier 100s without no issue. I wasn't even running any 45. But yeah, this is just the last room for this one. I find Ice Vault the easiest, really. These little pedestals, whatever, little AoEs, traps, really easy. Let's go in 4 directions, just like that. But yeah, this was the vault. I will show you now the boss. I did Uber Malfast. So here, my boy Christ, aka Tice. Like, none of the boys had built because they are not fully level 100 and didn't have paragons and whatnot. Mainly glyphs. I didn't either. This video I'm still missing like 3 glyphs to level 21. And I did not have the proper setup because I was testing some different stuff on here. But yeah, this is triple man scaling on Malphas. It's not bad, right? For a charge. I was not that lucky on overpowers either on my charge and whatnot. And now my highest hit for this one, I did hit for 77 million on my charge. This was 40 million, 7 million, and hold on, it's coming. Hold on, I'll pause it the right time. And here we go. Boom, 77 million, see right here, 78 million. That's my high so far on charge. So charge can kill even bosses in one shot, I would say. And I haven't run that many durails. I had only a couple of runs, not with my current gear and whatnot, so I still need to test it there. Same with Uber Malfast, but yeah, I'm gonna take you straight to the game, and we're gonna talk about some stuff, right? I'll show you first things first, and we're gonna start with skills, which are right here. So there are a couple of ways to go about it. First, we got Lunging Strike. We don't use basic skills, so we don't really care. Now we got Upheaval, and we go with Furious One because charge. One charge just gives you all six stacks for this skill. And if you're doing single target, that's why we have double swing. Double hit swing does give you 2 stacks of Upheaval. So that's very good. For double swing, go with only vulnerable here. Now, I did not put any points in double swing. I did have them at first, but the damage is not that crazy. There are better passives to take instead of double swing. But yeah, obviously with Shaco and Uberstone for your pet, this is gonna go crazy high. Next up, we got max HP. Since overpower, this is our main stat for this build. It does scale from max HP, so that's what we want. Whirling Cry, the usual for Fury gain here. You could even use Fortify, but I have a different tech for Fortify. I'll show you in a second. Right now, I'm showing the skill tree for my single target boss build, alright? So my aim is also to stack some Warcry for damage increase on my pants with charge, which is not bad at all. Like the damage does stack pretty well from Warcry. We got some Booming Voice to have shouts last longer, and then some heal here. Movement speed. For a single target, I usually tend to not take this and just put them in heal, or you can even put them in more damage. Let's say heavy-handed. Yeah, I would put it in heavy-handed probably. So I've had a bit of a mix before. But this is the setup. Charge, obviously, for the cooldown reduction here, since this one got buffed. You also want to aim towards terrain with mobs, so you will deal more damage to them. And if they survive, they will be stunned, but they don't. Now we got some DR while berserking. We don't need 3 points in here because of unconstrained. That's what we're running. Our berserk just lasts long enough, even with Paragon points, those passives. And some Fury generation. This is up to you, how you want to handle this. We got some damage with while fortified by 12% X multiplier, pretty good. Heavy-handed for crit damage. We got Brute Force for stronger overpowers and Valop from the amulet. And the footage you saw, you did not see the new amulet if it's Valop. I had a different one. I'll show you though. Wrath of the Berserker for the damage here as well. You want to spend some Fury here as well, so it kind of double dips with Berserk and Unconstrained. And then Weapon Swap for Fury gain. You could go with heal, but not really need it on single target. And yeah, this was the version for single target bosses. What I would change for Nightmare Dungeons is if you're struggling with speed and survivability, so points movement speed over here, then I would probably put, or take, well, I'm gonna take away Wrath of the Berserker, go to Challenging Shout. It's our third shout for survivability. Now, there's a tech for Challenging Shout, since this is a CC, Taunt is a CC. That's the icon above enemy's HP bar, name, whatever. So, getting stuff like CC duration, let's see this aspect, Exploiter. CC duration increased by 20%. It all stacks and goes towards Challenging Shout. And with that, also damage reduction, max HP over here, and the Fury gain. You probably don't even need that, to be honest. You could put this point somewhere else. But yeah, that's pretty good stuff. So you can have the DR, HPO, all that crazy stuff for a long time. As you can see, I'm non-buffed. I have a potion for crit chance because I was doing world boss. With this shout, I'm reaching 27.4. Like, I have no Doombringer, I have no Shaco, I have no... Actually, this headpiece has HP, so no Doombringer, no Grandfather. Crazy stuff, right? A lot of HP. So this what I would go with for Nightmare Dungeons. And I would probably put 2 points in here, which would be from... I mean, you don't really need that. We don't need the Fury generation here. So I would put 1 point here and probably maybe Valop. Maybe Valop. You don't need that much damage in the walls, Nightmare Dungeons, whatever. So since we got the amulet as well, I would put it here. Or you can take away from overpower. It's up to you, but I have a lot of sources for overpower. So this would be the setup for, well, dungeons. Now for Paragon 3, we're gonna start off, this is once again a single target setup. So we're gonna start off with Dominate here, with guaranteed overpower and overpower damage. Second board, we're gonna start off with Blood Rage, which is the most important board for Barbarian overall. Always start with this one. So 75% bonus to Berserking is pretty high. You wanna get all the notes for Berserking. The second glyph, I went with Ire, one more source of Berserking. The third board is Bonebreaker for guaranteed overpower. Very good fortifying nodes here on the way. The glyph here we use is Crusher for damage with maces and for more overpower damage. I'm also a big fan of these nodes for max HP. I tried to stack max HP as much as possible, and yeah, it's pretty crazy over here. Yeah, and even here, it's really wild. So fourth board, we got a Carnage, which is the second most important in my opinion. We got a lot of Berserking nodes here and also here. You wanna get these. The glyph here I use is Martial. Main thing, a lot of people you put Ire in this board, but I really like a glyph, either Might or Ambidextrous or Martial that buff magic nodes. So we can have more damage while Berserking, and also some DR, which is, you know, this comes in handy. It's the best DR or second the best DR Barb can get. The best one would probably all DR. Next board we got Weapon Master just for the legendary node. You could even get with this one here, But I made this board so min-max that I cannot shave off any glyph with 1 point or any. I couldn't find any point to put in here. But I'm capped out on line resistance, so don't need that. And the last board here, we go with Mortal Draw because we weapon swap from charge to upheaval and some double swing and back and forth. And yeah, Decimator, really good legendary note as well. Good stuff. What I changed for Nightmare Dungeons, Vaults, whatever, is only one glyph, which is right here. We don't go with Dominate, we go with Exploit. Right? This is the one. And we just adjust the points. I believe I did something like this. Well, hold on. I did something also like... Alright, willpower, dexterity. Yeah, right here. You don't need this point and this point, I believe, yeah. So 2 points up to you, can where you want to put them. Max HP here, or for the lightning rest. It really is up to you. I like to go with this damage node because it's 8%. It's more than the other ones. And the last point could go, if you are missing stats or DR, let's go with this one because of might. Or sorry, martial buffing. So that will be the dungeon setup. Skills Paragons, the gear, I am rocking with Godslayer. This is testing. I used to play with this one. I have a feeling this headpiece effect does not work. I did not notice any Fury Generation, damage increase, or CDR since second season. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not seeing it, it's not appearing in the buffs. I'm just lost in the sauce. But overall, this headpiece is still good. Aggressive resistance passive is really good for DR. Damage from berserking, attack speed, all that good stuff. But Godslayer is pretty good too. CC duration once again for challenging shout, stun from charge, whatever. Damage max HP CDR. CDR comes in super handy for our charge, minus 9.47. The headpiece, if you are not using any unique, I suggest running with, let's say, what kind of aspect could we run? Because we're covered on basically on all of them. We don't really need that many. It's really up to you. Like if you struggle with armor, you can go with Disobedience, but it's up to you. Chest piece, I like to run with the weapon swap, but ideally, for dungeons, you would want to get brawling skill damage, which I don't have. I need to roll this on this chest piece. Other than that, this chest piece is just beautiful. DR from bleeding enemies, I would like to get close, but this is not bad either. Since we do apply a rend from a ring here, or bleed, we apply bleed through this ring with rend from a charge. So yeah, you don't even need to run a weapon expertise or technique. I just run 200x for vulnerability. That's some good stuff. Exploder aspect on the chest piece, already mentioned that. Other stats you want to look for on chest piece are DR from close, fortified, brawling skill damage, or damage with 200 bludgeoning weapons, overpower with 200 bludgeoning weapons. I have a chest piece like that for bosses, min-max for damage, so we'll see. The gloves here, +4 double swing, upheaval, attack speed, crit chance, not the worst, it's pretty good. But maybe overpower damage instead of double swing could be a little bit better since I'm at 1900 almost. With Dominating Glyph, I'm at like 2200, so I would have to test that. I don't have a pair like that, so I'm not sure. We go with Accelerating here with attack speed, 4 attack speed. Not that useful in Nightmare Dungeons or like walls, but because you could notice they only charge. But it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. The pens here I use are Charge and Warcry. I will try to do tier 100s with these pens. If I need more survivability, I do have a pair that has more DR instead of Warcry. But yeah, the damage increase from Warcry charge is really nice. And maxed out DR close and fortified, pretty good. This aspect, by the way, is the best one. It's my favorite. It does make your evade 100% increase cooldown, but I still love it. It can get 6,000 armor almost. That's crazy good. So really recommend this one. The builds here, we go with Ghostwalker for movement speed. Once becoming unstoppable, we are always unstoppable with charge. So this movement speed is applied always. Triple resistance movement speed, that's what you want to go for. Because with that, 925 or 900 plus jewelry, you can cap out the resistance easily. If not, you can use a potion called Magic Resistance, which is right here. 25%, pretty neat as well. The weapon setup here, I'm running, so the stats you want to run on weapons are all stats, overpower, and berserking, exactly like this one. That's what you want to run. I don't have it on any of these. I need to get new ones, but Earth Striker is really good for single target. What I use for dungeons is this one. This aspect right here changes the whole game in Vaults and Nightmare Dungeons. It is absolutely bonkers. So Veteran Brawler here. Sorry, Brawler aspect here. Other aspect we have on 200 is this upheaval. I will probably put Edgemaster on my 200 mace and swap it out. These two right here. But yeah, this one is really good. It's really good. Single target melee. Well, upheaval is AoE, so. Our other one-hander is a mace. Ideally, I would want to run 2 maces for overpower damage. I like the implicit more. I tried swords and not really it. Maybe with Grandfather with crit damage. Well, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'll have to test that. I never got the Grandfather. I ran Duriel last season 1,000 times. I'm not kidding you. 1,000 times. Never saw that bad boy. Here we go with Veteran Brawler aspect for even stronger charge. So sometimes in walls, you didn't really see me do that, but on some of the elites, especially in the last room, I tried to weave in some upheavals to proc this one. It's very easy to proc. You need like, yeah, you just need what, 4 mobs, something like that, and you can proc this easily. Very good stuff. Might be even worse than 20 on single target. If you want to go for a charge build, I would probably get this on, yeah, probably get this on my 200 actually for single target. We'll see about that. Now, jewelry, this ring is absolutely crazy good. 3 brawling skills, damage to bleeding, vulnerable crit chance, amazing stuff. The only thing I would probably want is resource generation, but we don't really need that much because we get unconstrained. So every time you use a brawling skill, it applies 2 stacks of range, so that's our charge. Warcry is brawling skill, it doesn't damage enemies, so it doesn't apply, but even kick could be good, to be honest, on bosses. Even kick could be pretty good. Need to test it out, but yeah, it's very good. I love this one. I will probably try putting points in rend, see if it works, but I heard these upgraded perks for rend don't work with this ring, but I'll see, or even pump in points in this one. Yeah, we'll see. Like with Shaco and the Uberstone, which both give +8 to all skills, it could be worth. Yeah, our second ring here, so I have 2 rings. Well, I have 2 rings. Yeah, this is the one for more core skill damage. This is more for like bosses, but the one I use generally, I don't have it in my bag, but it's the same one, same stats on it. I just have unrelenting aspect. I will show you what it is. It's resource, and it is right here. I don't even have it. Unrelenting Fury, I got it from a drop. So every time you damage a boss or kill enemy, you will get a refund for the core skill, 20%. It can go up to 30, so that's what I use for bosses. It's very handy. Comes in handy with the weapon swap and on these core skills. If my charge is on cooldown, it's usually on 3-second cooldown if I use it. But there is a different trick with the charge too. It's bugged on single target. Yeah, but it's my ring. My amulet here, I have 2 of them. So I have this beast with brawling skill, cooldown reduction, Valop, and strength. Ideally, I would want to get +3 brawling skills instead of strength, but I spent so much gold to roll this bad boy. It's at over 10 million per roll right now, but yeah, strength is just good as well. It gives you a lot of skill damage, and yeah, it's overall increasing the damage a lot. Rolling skill, enter story, great perk. My second ring I use for dungeons is this one. This one is literally, it has heavy-handed and brawling skills instead of Valop and brawling skill damage. So the cooldown reduction for charge is much better with this one. 9.47. This one is 9.18, so 0.3 seconds. So not too crazy, but the damage is lower. The damage is much lower. So yeah, I use that with the movement speed. I just use it for speed runs. This is gonna be great for the gauntlet, the leaderboard when it rolls out. The aspect I use is the charge that summons ancestrals. I found amulet a good spot for this bad boy. So that was the setup. I forgot to change the gems on this one, actually, just noticed. Our expertise, I already said, it's 200x. If you really don't have bleed or that ring, Ravenous, you can use 200 sword for bleed. Is also good. And Consumables, I like to run either HP pot if I need defensives or crit chance, you know, overpower damage here. This one is not that great, actually, 20%. Crit damage if you have a lot of crits. Armor if you fail to reach the cap in tier 100s. So for tier 100, AK mobs level 154, which is the highest in the game, you need about 13,500 armor. So I would be still shy some, but it's still gonna be enough. It would be enough. That was the gear and everything around it. Now the pet. There is one way for Flash of Adrenaline. This one gives you damage increase, and with duration and tactical support, which is cooldown reduction and the duration of the skill, you can have this up non-stop, right? That's the one thing. Now Tempest. is another amazing skill. There are two ways I'll go about it. This is my single target setup. So you want to put vulnerability, so we don't have to have exploit glyph or any vulnerable. I do have double swing for vulnerability, but still, I don't start the fight with vulnerables, so I need vulnerable on the target before I charge for the big damage. So I run this one. Then we got primary resource. So you don't actually even need to run Unrelenting Fury in the ring. You can just run this bad boy. It does a lot. With the current resource generation I have from my rank right here, it gives me 25 Fury. And yeah, stacking resource gen is really good. So Shaco has it too, so obviously we'll get even more than that. And then my 45 here, on the way to bosses, there are mobs. So while I'm going to the boss, I will get full 45. So I will basically engage or proc counter offensive for more damage. So that's also amazing stuff. 845 per one hit. Basically every 1 second, this speed for this skill is super fast. So every 1 second I'll get 845. Good stuff. The second route, the second way I do go about in vaults and just dungeons, I don't take vulnerable because we have exploit glyph for vulnerable. I don't really take resource, we don't need that. I do keep fortify though. And what I slap on there is, I will show you in a second, it is the damage reduction. I'm still lost in the sauce when it comes to all these. Let me tell you, damage reduction here. And another one I slap on there is, what was that one? This is the DR. So you could go with Great Strike, which is right here. Was it? So it's somewhere. You can also go for attack speed, by the way, make it even faster. So you can have fortify up more often. 0.8 seconds, pretty crazy. But yeah, since this skill is so fast, you'll have this DR non-stop, 15%. Amazing, amazing. You can also get a crit chance right here. Depends on where it hits, but this is more for a single target. Like a Tempest is single target, it's not like AoE, so this one wouldn't proc that much. But I'm not sure. You can also put this as bleeding if you don't have any bleed source. But I totally forgot. I don't know what I was using as the last one. Either I'm blind or I can find it. I cannot find it. Well, I guess you could go with resource generation. Why not? Cannot see really anything. Well, I think I had Arctic support, but yeah, I think I had this one. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. You can maybe go for this one. The support, voluminous support. Pull distant, teleport. Now I would probably go with the resource. So this would be my. I basically just change one rune. This duration, damage reduction for vulnerable. So that's the spider. The rotation, what you want to go for. This is my dungeon setup. With charge, there's a problem. On single target, if you hover over with your mouse or cursor on the target, the charge just does not hit. You see right here, it just goes nowhere. What you gotta do though is you gotta aim in front of the target like this. You see right here? It just procced. So that's what you gotta go. That's what you gotta do. See right here? It just procced again. The great thing about martial glyph is you want to rotate your shouts. If you're charged on the single target mainly, because on multiple targets there is no problem proccing the full cooldown reduction on charge. There is no cooldown at all, as you could see in the video in Bolt. But if there's a single target, your charge is on a 3-second cooldown. Okay, now it just partially hit. Charge is so weird. You can just use your shout to reset the cooldown. And now I guess it hit, but not the cooldown. Whatever. You can just use shouts, reset the cooldown real quick, use it again, you know, go like that back and forth. Yeah, there we go. It should hit 6. Oh, this is not a boss, that's why. This dummy is not a boss, that's why. Gotcha. But yeah, that will be the combo. I think I've rambled for long enough. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. Also stream every day on Twitch. You can hit me up there as well. The link will be in the pinned comment section. And I wish you all good luck. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon. If I missed anything, I'm very sorry. I will mention it in the chat. But I think we covered everything. Yes. And the weapons I have said, by the way, is the 200 mace for charge, 200 mace for upheaval, dual wield for double swing. Alright, take it easy and peace.